So here's something. In the UK, they are now writing letters to terrorists.
Aww.
Being taught to respect terrorists is a new teaching aid. So they actually wrote about this from express.co.uk. I hate that they have to have those URLs. A new teaching aid that recommends school children as young as 7 write a letter to a terrorist to help understand their motives has been condemned as dangerous and misguided. Really?
You think?
The book in question is called Talking About Terrorism, Responding to Children's Questions. Now, it tells primary-aged children that terrorists kill people because they believe that they are mistreated or unfairly or not shown respect. So they want to teach kids to, as opposed to like writing letters to Santa, you're writing letters to the serial rapist.
Yeah.
In the mountains of Syria. This book actually gives examples of terrorists whose ideas then turn out to be right. So the quote is actually, the suffragettes use violence and were called terrorists in this curriculum. Because that's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So they're in the UK writing letters to terrorists. So, I mean, how about instead of learning to respect terrorists, you teach kids to despise them and take a big steaming crap on everything that makes them terrorists, namely their faith, their laws, their customs, their dress, all of it. I would be much more okay with raising a bunch of kids who despise anyone who even resembles a member of ISIS than learning to respect terrorists. No?
There's some people that just don't, we should not sympathize with.
No.
Terrorists
I would
be on
say,
that list.
yes, I would say terrorists could be amongst them. Even Hitler, like, well, that's a bit extreme. I don't want to validate that. You see, they're burning people in cages. Nine
Animals.
That's not for me. So they're comparing them to suffragettes, encouraging kids to write letters to terrorists in the UK, all in the name of multiculturalism and progress. What could possibly go wrong there? Okay, class, so before we send our letters, today we'll be learning about Timmy the terrorist. Okay, now Timmy the terrorist fights for ISIS. Can everyone say ISIS?
ISIS. ISIS.
Right, now, no, we don't call it that anymore, Bobby. ISIS is the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. Now, what does ISIS do in their homeland with people who are different from them? It's a part of their culture. What does ISIS do? They burn them alive in cages. That's right, they burn them alive in cages. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a pretty orange? Look at that bright orange. Now, what is it important that we do when we see ISIS burning people alive in cages? What's it most important we not do? It's most important that we not judge. That's right. See, we're not supposed to judge terrorists, but respect them.
But wouldn't that hurt?
Okay, Bobby, you can go on down to the principal now and tell him about your intolerance. That's it.
No, I just meant it will hurt being burned alive.
I don't want to hear it. Go. Okay, and just for that, remember, when we're sending out these letters, we put down Bobby's return address. Hey, if you like this video, subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. It's in a circle now. It used to be a square, which most buttons aren't squares. Unless it's on a phone. There's square buttons on phones, but most buttons are circles. You understand what I'm talking about. Or watch the recommended video, which is popping up in a box, or subscribe at louderwithcrowder.com/mugclub. Join the Mug Club so you can get the daily show. And that means that you are not beholden to the YouTube censoring overlords. But let's be honest. You like being there where you are, under their thumb. Power bottom you.